Hey, it's Greg at GL Horse Training. I don't know if you can hear me in this wind. I'm going to talk a little louder. Just wanted to expand on that last video I did about starting the turnaround. I failed to mention some things in there, and I don't want it to get misconstrued that having a horse being able to just step across like that is all I do for the turnaround, okay? They have to be able to walk a correct circle left and right, a small circle, very small circle, okay? Correct bend. If they don't have the correct bend, it's not going to work, at least not for the style of turnaround that I teach, okay? So they're going to be overbent at first, and everything should just flow around to the left or to the right, whichever way you're going. I use my inside leg in the circle to get them the proper bend, and I'm trying to feel for that bend. You have to have some experience to feel it. I don't know if you'll see it on the video, but put them in a small circle. When I say small, I mean just walking a small circle just like this, okay? So she has the correct bend. Now, if I open up my inside leg and hand, she's gonna step slightly across with her front end, okay? Slightly. There, okay? That's what I want. Put her in a circle to the right. It's a very small circle. Make sure she has the bend. Open up my inside leg and my inside hand and see if she falls in towards that circle. She has to keep her shoulder up and still flow in that direction. She's not doing it to the right here. She's better to the left today. Yesterday she was better to the right. There we go. There we go. So now she's stepping, but she's slightly forward, okay? So if I do too much of just stepping them across and keeping them back, like I did in the first video, then you won't get that forward momentum that you want for this style of a turnaround. So I want my horses to turn with some bend, and I want them to step around kind of cat-like, and I don't want them to hop, and I don't want them, obviously, I don't want them to turn too straight, because it seems like the straighter they get, the shorter the step, and I like a fairly long step if they are able to. So I bend them and bend them and bend them. You have to spend some time doing this before they're just going to flow around like I'm talking about, okay? And they have to have some forward momentum, which this horse struggles with, impulsion. So I'm just going to flow directly from that circle where I'm bending into that step around. Not really a turnaround, it's kind of a step around. Windy today, hard to get this horse's attention. She's a colt, so it's to be expected. She's looking at everything today. That's normal. So she's got the correct bend to the right. She's developing that correct bend, but she's not stepping across like I want to. It will come, but it takes time. It takes time. And I won't do much more of just pulling across for the turnaround. I may back and get them to step back a little bit. But if I'm really going to work on a spin type turnaround, like a more of a reining or cow horse type turnaround, then I got to have that forward momentum, that forward impulsion. So basically you're just walking a circle with some bend in their body, and then you make the circle smaller and smaller with that back end, and they're stepping. See how she's still moving forward a little bit. I'm not worried about the back end right now. Back end, they have to develop the reach in front. So at first they don't have much reach. That's something they have to develop. They have to develop the muscles and the stretch, and then I'll be worried about, once I get her stepping, I'll start trying to get that nice cadence. Step, 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 step. Just a nice rhythm to that step. But right now, it's still in the baby. She's just 30 days riding, so we're still in the baby steps of just getting her kind of broke. And this small circle, I do a lot of walking and jogging in this small circle because I have to develop that horse's ability to carry that bend and maintain that arc. And this is to be the same as if I was loping a circle or doing a rollback or trying to roll her back over hocks to stop a cow. It's really basically the same thing. They still need, for me anyway, they still need some degree of bend in the body. And she's just now developing that. So I just wanted to give you a real quick update on how she's doing, and it's baby steps. I can't emphasize this enough. This takes some time, it takes some work. That felt really good to me right there, just that 2 or 3 steps there at the end, okay? She's got the correct bend and she's stepping in more or less the manner I like, so that I can further develop it. But we're talking incremental steps to develop that turnaround. So this also helps me with my guiding and just general riding. See, she's not got the correct bend here. Nor does she have the correct impulsion. So I will bump that rib cage over with my right leg until she gets that correct bend. There, I felt her move over. Now I'll open up and see if she'll step. She took 1 step and then she starts to alter her position. Her arc is not correct. So that's going to take work. I mean, I could video the whole process, but we'd be like an hour, hour and a half long. And you're not going to sit here and watch me just walk one around in a slow circle and bump on their rib cage for an hour. So I thought a brief update is the next best thing. The next time I feel like she has improved a little bit, I will video it and show you the next steps. But I just didn't want you to think that pulling them across and getting that step that's not really, that's just a small part. Yes, I have to have that, but if I don't have the bend and that walking forward in that small circle correctly in that body and her maintaining that correct bend, I will never get the kind of turnaround that I'm wanting. And like I said, there's other ways to turn a horse around. There's a couple other ways that I'd like to try to do, but on a horse I'm riding for a certain person, then I try to do it this way because it helps everything else. It helps develop the softness in the horse, the flex, the self-carriage, the collection even. The collection gets much easier if you can get that bend laterally, then the vertical flexion becomes much easier. So that's it for today. Like and subscribe. YouTube channel is GL Horse Training. Instagram at GL Horse Training. And like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.